Tonight, Public Service Commission pressure.
I'm Jonathan Ambarian in Helena. As the controversy surrounding Montana's top utility regulators continues, one member of the Public Service Commission is now asking the governor to suspend another member from his duties.
The best thing about a board is new faces, new blood, new ideas.
Plus, looking for new leaders, what one of the state's foremost ag organizations is looking for in new board members. And later, swinging for the fences.
Money is being raised to bring a high school baseball team here to Great Falls. We'll have an update tonight on MTN News.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thank you for trusting MTN for your 530 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. First this evening. Great Falls Fire Rescue is responding to a fully engulfed house fire on the 700 block of 14th Street South. There's no word yet on the cause of the fire. MTN has a reporter on the scene. We'll bring you information as it becomes available. Last month, we told you allegations of professional misconduct sparked an investigation into Public Service Commission Chairman Brad Molnar. Molnar claims he's being unfairly targeted. Now another PSC member wants the Laurel Republican temporarily suspended. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian brings us the latest on the investigation.
Last month, Brad Molnar, president of the Montana Public Service Commission, announced to reporters that he was being investigated over allegations of unprofessional conduct. Now the commission's vice president has called for Molnar to be suspended while that investigation continues. The documents behind this came to light this week when an attorney representing Molnar posted them on social media. In a letter to Governor Greg Gianforte, PSC Vice President Jennifer Fielder said, quote, Commissioner Molnar has been using his high-level position in a multitude of ways to thwart the investigation and stop it from reaching its conclusion. She said leaders had a responsibility to prevent retaliation and harassment, and that, quote, as a result of Commissioner Molnar's own actions, it has become abundantly clear that this is not possible with his presence in the workplace. Fielder confirmed to me that she had signed a letter on behalf of the PSC's response team, which handles internal complaints. But she declined to comment further, saying the letter speaks for itself. Molnar, who has called the entire investigation improper and refused to cooperate, told me suspending him would be overturning an election and an attack on his rights.
I am definitely being treated differently than any other commissioner, and that's all the way down the line.
Molnar's attorney released a response to the governor's office, calling Fielder's request unlawful and saying, quote, her complaint fails every legal standard Montana courts have established for gubernatorial suspensions of elected officials. Throughout this process, Molnar has argued that he is being targeted for political reasons, including his opinion that the commission should be tougher on large utilities.
Everything is to silence me from talking about facts. I am fighting to talk about facts.
Fielder's letter says the request for a suspension is in no way based on Molnar's policy decisions or the original allegations, but on the need to complete the investigation without interference. I reached out to Gianforte's office to ask about the complaint. A spokesperson said, quote, the governor's office is committed to an impartial review of any complaints made, and that they've committed to due process as the matter moves forward. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Another warm day today in north central Montana as temperatures are in the 80s in most locations, but Lewistown, Stanford, and Helena temperatures right now are in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s. And in the southwestern part of Montana, as well as in portions of central Montana, it is a lot cooler right now than it was yesterday at this time. This cooler air will continue to work its way northward as we go through the rest of this week. It's been a little bit breezy this afternoon and this evening. Sustained wind speeds have been between 5 and 20 miles per hour, and that wind has been coming out of the east-southeast. There's also been some moisture in the southwestern part of the state for the entire day today, and that moisture has been working its way northward over the past several hours, so the Helena area is seeing some light rain right now. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are in the forecast for north central Montana tomorrow and Friday. We're also going to have much cooler temperatures as we go through the rest of the work week. Now more details about that cooler and wetter weather in just a few minutes.
An organization at the forefront of Montana agriculture is looking for some new leadership. The Montana Farmers Union Board of Directors has several positions up for election this year. MTN's Anissa Coomer spoke with members to learn about what the commitment entails.
The Montana Farmers Union will soon be electing 6 leadership seats, including district representatives and even president. Choices that will help steer policy and programs for farmers and ranchers across the state.
Our members are the ones who craft our policy. Our board is who organizes and makes the decisions that move us forward.
The state's oldest farm organization is preparing for its 110th annual convention. This year, 6 leadership seats are on the ballot, including president and 3 district director positions. Montana Farmers Union Vice President Eric Sommerfeld previously held one of those district positions up for election this year and says those district seats matter as agriculture looks different across the state.
Having a board rep from each of the different areas in the state helps keep a closer eye on what's going on in those local areas, whether it's through trying to influence legislation, new farming practices, new chemicals.
Sommerfeld points to a recent example. The Farmers Union helped defeat a proposed second cattle checkoff, saying the plan needed to be reconstructed before moving forward.
It's not a bad idea, but it was set up poorly. We'll be able to change that legislation and make it a better program.
From legislation to local markets, board members help shape the future of Montana agriculture. From right to repair legislation to restoring mandatory country of origin labeling for beef. They have also launched 2 new meat processing cooperatives in the state, giving livestock producers more control over their markets.
Don't think that because we have board members that are running again, that I'm going to run again, that you shouldn't, because it's good, healthy for our organization to have some debate, some discussion, and what direction Montana Farmers Union should move forward.
And even for members not ready for a district seat, leaders say there are plenty of opportunities to step in, from officer positions like conductor or doorkeeper to serving as an associate board member.
The best thing about a board is new faces, new blood, new ideas. Just be involved in agriculture, be involved in your community, and help lead our organization into the future.
Nominations close September 17th, and members will cast their votes at the annual convention in Lewistown at the end of October. In Great Falls, I'm Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
The Budweiser Clydesdales have made their way to Great Falls this week, and these 18-hand horses are hitching up and making their way around the community, sharing their story. This team of 10 horses will be parading around Great Falls tonight, then again Friday evening. Tomorrow, they'll be making their rounds in Fairfield, delivering their signature drink to local establishments between 5 and 7 p.m. Following, there will be an opportunity to stop by and meet the team before they make their way back to Great Falls and Malmstrom Air Force Base on Friday and Saturday to close out their visit.
Budweiser Clydesdales here in Great Falls. They're here from Wednesday through Saturday doing shows at various events, and we're glad to have them in Great Falls. It's been 15 years since they've been here.
And there are other chances to see the team strolling through town making deliveries, but if you want to get an even closer look, you can visit the Livestock Pavilion at Montana Expo Park between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. each day before they hitch up and head out. And for a more detailed schedule of the parade routes, visit KRTV.com. Supporters of high school baseball in Great Falls have reason to cheer. The group that's behind the idea has topped the $100,000 mark to reach their first financial goal. MTN's Justin Robichaux has more on what they need to do to bring the effort home.
Some Montana high schools have been playing baseball for a couple of years, and after meeting a financial goal, Great Falls is closer to joining them.
Our next goal is $95,050 by January 31st of 2026.
Great Falls Advocates for High School Baseball representative Kelly Tuckerman explains the next step in fundraising.
That's the program cost, so that it's roughly $48,000 per school to put on high school baseball. That includes transportation fees, coaching fees, all of the things that it takes to run a sport.
According to Athletic Director Mike Henneberg, there is much support for the national pastime.
I think the community has, expressed their interest in getting baseball at the high school level. We've had baseball from Little League to some Babe Ruth leagues to the Legion program for a number of years, but there was a strong desire to get baseball at the high school level.
The fundraising is off to a great start.
but unofficially we're about 25 to 30,000 out of the 95,000. That is unofficial. It's not in the bank yet, but we've got some really good businesses that have stepped up, and we're just waiting for their checks.
The community is making big strides to make high school baseball a reality, but there is much work to do.
Great Falls has stepped up as a whole really well, and they've done a great job. But we're one way through a four-way process of getting all the money raised for a 3-year baseball season. So we're a quarter of the way there.
In Great Falls, Justin Robichaux, MTN News.
TSA says more than 17 million people will be flying this holiday weekend. I'm Maura Barrett. Coming up, the security changes that the agency says will make travel that much smoother.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Welcome back. Despite all the economic challenges we've been covering, Americans are determined to travel for the upcoming Labor Day holiday weekend, with some experts estimating spending on vacations this year will break records to close out the summer. These travelers heading to the airport for the weekend will be met with several changes in the security line. Scripps News Group correspondent Maura Barrett breaks it down for us.
TSA has spent this summer implementing new security measures to make travel that much smoother. And with 17 million people expected to hit the skies this holiday weekend, that new tech will be put to the test.
The often dreaded TSA security lines are getting an upgrade.
We're calling it the golden age of travel.
It's been the summer of improvements, the agency eliminating some security measures as new technology takes its place.
You're good to go. Come on up.
It started with lifting the requirement to remove your shoes at security checkpoints back in July.
It's just much more efficient for us at the airport, and we have seen a noticeable difference.
The agency points to what it's calling its multi-layered screening process, with new technology like these advanced scanners for both bags and travelers, plus enhanced ID checks, allows for screening to move that much more quickly.
The latest changes marking a significant shift from post-9/11 security measures, with dedicated family-friendly lanes rolling out in several airports and automated e-gates through Clear using facial recognition so you don't have to take out your ID or even talk to an agent.
I'm okay with it if it lets you get through the gates very quickly. I mean, there's no real privacy in the world.
The moment it's kept like the digital footprint forever and ever, like that,
used and
like, you know, accessed, it's like, okay, no, now that's a bit much.
Just 98. Come on, look at the camera.
With travelers conflicted over how comfortable they are with the tech, TSA confirms you can opt out if you want to. They say their priority is security in all forms.
Is there any specific technology or specific practice that has proved most successful?
We have about 94% of the people who are coming to security checkpoints now are presenting a real ID or some form of an acceptable ID. When you have your passengers more vetted, you're able to institute your technology, the vetting, put it all together, and that helps us change some of the rules that we've had to have in the past.
And there are even more updates on the horizon. That liquid limit of 3.4 ounces in carry-ons and the need to take your laptop out of your backpack may be a thing of the past as technology progresses.
But we're always looking to improve and make the security screening experience better for passengers.
Even with these new security enhancements, TSA warns that this is still a holiday weekend. They expect airports to be busiest in the mornings and mid-afternoons, and so experts say you should still leave plenty of extra time getting to the airport. Maura Barrett, Scripps News Group, Denver.